Means required for physics. Topic का नाम कौन आया देख जरा. Manipur, come here, sit. See, this is the book. What is the name of the book?
Physics.
What is written?
Study material for physics.
What is written?
Basic mathematics used in physics, vectors, unit dimensions.
Write this sum now. First sum. Can you write? Come sit here. Write this sum. बैठो सदर आलम सर बैठो. कल आपने नासिक का डाटा निकाला. कल नहीं किया. जो write this first sum.
Circular.
Right? Right. Right. Right now.
भंडारा में आपने 2 नंबर दिए थे. तो का एक ही चालू है.
Circular.
कौन है?
अपने पास पड़ा होगा.
अच्छा. बोलो ना कुछ. बहुत बड़ी बात.
वो नासिक में ट्रेनिंग. मैंने उनको बोला आपका अभी जो पोस्ट है वो सब भेज दो मुझे.
हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का इनको बोलो. सदर आलम सर. हाँ ठीक है. हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का नंबर 6. ओके. सदर आलम सर. हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का जो नवोदय का सेंटर है उसके आजू बाजू के बच्चों का नंबर. इसको साफ सफाई करो यहाँ बहुत.
सिर्फ ज्यादा क्रॉस है सर. बराबर फोटो नहीं.
बस. Why you are rubbing?
Yes, wrong.
A circular arc is of length pi centimeter, right? Then find
angle. Find the angle.
Subtended by it at the center in radian and degree. In radian and degree.
Radian and
degree. So how will you do the sum?
The circular arc is of length pi centimeter.
So this is arc. This is circular arc. Okay. And this length is pi. What is the length?
Pi centimeter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then angle. Subtended by this angle theta. This they have given 6. How much they have given? 6. They want to find theta. So there is a formula S equal to R theta. What is the formula?
R theta.
S is pi. R is 6. Theta we don't know. So theta is pi by 6.
Pi by 6.
Pi by 6 radians. Pi by 6 radians. You know, you take pi as 180. How much? 180. So 180 upon 6 is how much? Degrees. Understood? Okay. Fine. One degree 60 minutes. 1 degree is 60 minutes. And 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 degree is
60 minutes.
And 1 minute is
60 seconds.
Pi means 180. Pi means
180.
Understood? Second one.
So
किसी को बुला के साफ सफाई करो. वैक्यूम क्लीन करो बोला किसी को बोला. ये चेयर है ना, सुधरा ना, ये चेयर बाहर फेंक दो। कौन सा सर? What is the question? Read the question.
In a clock show 4 o'clock, how much angle do each minute and hour needles make?
4 o'clock means how will be the clock? Have you seen the clock? This is the clock.
4 o'clock.
So the clock. Now this you line draw this. This is 12 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. This is 6. This is where is 4 o'clock? So when the time is 4 o'clock, they want this angle. How much is this angle? Theta. How to find for theta?
Is equal to pi by.
Theta equal to
Is by pi by is. Pi by is pi by is.
30 into hour minus 11 by 2 into minute. There is a satta for it. Shortcut. What is the shortcut?
30 into
Hour. What is the hour hand? 4. Minute hand, there is nothing, no? 0. The answer is 120. Check. Right answer. See, 120. 120 degrees. 120 degrees. How to convert this 120 into minutes?
1 degrees into
Pi by 180. Pi by 180. 0, 0 cut. 6 2 the 6 3 the.
Yeah.
The answer is 2 pi by 3. How much?
2 pi by 3.
Radians. Understood?
Yes,
You can copy later on. Next sum. Third sum.
Then sin theta 3 by 5. Find all the other p ratio if theta lies in the first quadrant.
Good. दूसरे लोग कोई आते नहीं वहां पे?
अब नहीं हुआ आते कोई नहीं, यहाँ पे तो मिले थे बहुत सारे, अड़प तो नहीं।
Sin theta is how much? Name. Ame na? What's your name?
My
Sin theta is 3 by 5. Find what?
find t ratio.
All other trigonometric ratios. You know how to find?
If theta lies
In
the first
quadrant. Tell me. This is a triangle. Look here. A, B, C. This is theta. Okay? What is sin theta?
Theta is
Opposite upon hypotenuse. Say loudly.
opposite upon hypotenuse.
What is the opposite side? This is opposite side.
Opposite.
This will be how much?
3. Hypotenuse is 5.
Find it. In triangle ABC, what is the Pythagoras theorem?
In triangle ABC,
AB का square.
AB square equal BC square equal to BC square.
What is AB?
AB is
BC.
BC is 3
AC
square and 5 square.
So, solve further. बरकत अली सर ऊपर आ जाओ. बरकत अली सर को ऊपर बुलाओ. इधर आ जाओ. ये सिंधुदुर्ग में आता क्या? हेलो, सिंधुदुर्ग के नंबर अपना प्रोजेक्ट राणे सर को लेके जाओ, वो भी सिंधुदुर्ग का है। हेलो, very good, very good, very good. So now this is 4, right? What is cos theta? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. What is adjacent?
Adjacent is 4.
What is tan theta?
Theta is so here.
Opposite upon adjacent. What is opposite?
Opposite is 3. Right?
Adjacent is?
Adjacent is 4.
What is cosec theta? You know what is cosec theta? 1 upon sin theta. How much is your sin theta?
Sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse.
Sin theta is 3 by 5, na?
3 by 5.
So cosec theta will be 5 by 3.
Okay.
What is sec theta?
Then now
1 upon cos. Cos is how much?
4 by 5.
This will be
5 by 4.
What is cot theta?
Cot theta will be
1 upon
1
tan.
upon
How much is tan theta?
tan theta is 3 by 4.
So this will
4
be?
by 3.
जरा सब करो। लेक्चर चल रहा है किसका? लाइव उधर कब खत्म आएगा? किसको पढ़ा है? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, मेरे को मालूम है। 7:30 के ऊपर आओ। हाँ, आप पढ़ाएंगे ना 11 12 को। दर्द देगा थोड़ी रहता, आ जाना। ठीक है, 7:30 का ऊपर। हाँ, मैं हूँ ना इधर। 7:30 का लेक्चर होने का आ जाओ। मैं पढ़ाएंगा ना तुमको, मैं बैठा हूँ। अंडरस्टूड ना? So now I'll give you one sum, okay? Sin theta 5 by 13. How much?
5 by 13.
Find all T ratios. What do you mean by T ratios? You have to find all cos, tan, sec, cosec, and cot. Will you find? Fine. सच सर को फोन लगाओ। नहीं, तुम्हारा हो गया लिख के?
Find AB plus BC.
Yeah, right. ABC. A, B and C. AB का स्क्वायर प्लस BC का स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू AC स्क्वायर।
गोवा में अरमान लिखा है, बोल बात करें।
ഒട്ടേടെ പഠിപ്പിക്കണം അങ്ങോട്ട് വാ സ്റ്റുഡിയോയിലോ ഓൾഡ് എഡിസിയില് സെക്കൻഡ് ഫ്ലോറിൽ സ്റ്റുഡിയോ ഉണ്ട്, അറിയോ? പിന്നെ അവിടെ രണ്ടാളെ എണിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് ചെയ്യാനാ Hey,
3.
शिकवण्यात सारखा एसएमएस सारखा लागतो
क्या के बारे में?
पण नंबर मांगा था मैंने दिया था
1 to 3 now, 10 to 1, 3, 1 to 3, 6, 1 to 1, 169.
169 minus 25, how much it is?
Okay.
Hmm.
150, 140,
मेरे को भेज दे।
वो शायद आपका नंबर मांगा था मैंने दिया तो आपको
yes. Mhm.
इंशाल्लाह बोली तो
7, 14. Okay, this is the M.
अजरक
What's the time is? Put
वो ये ना
organization
अजरक
by
जरा उसके पास जा।
Hmm?
14
by 12.
right, absolutely right. Tan theta is opposite upon adjacent.
Over B, opposite is 5, and position is
2.
2.
Now cosec is reciprocal of sine.
Okay.
Sec is reciprocal of cos. And cot is reciprocal of tan, right?
कौन तो देखिए निकाल कौन तो
Right, cosec theta. Don't miss out the theta here. Theta, right? Theta here. By 13, not 15. 12 by 5.
Hmm.
Okay. One more sum. Huh? No mistake.
Yes.
Sin theta 7 upon 25. Find all trigonometric functions. When I say find all trigonometric functions means
You have to find cos.
you have to draw a triangle like this. Because we are in the first quadrant. This is 7 and this is 25. Baba. Vectors പഠിപ്പിക്കണം vectors പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റും basic vector അതൊക്കെ പഠിപ്പിക്കണം വെക്ടർ ആരും പിള്ളേരൊന്നും ഡൗട്ട് ഈ ബുക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് തന്നെ വെക്കുന്നുണ്ട് എന്തറിയോ ഇതിന്റെ ബുക്സ് ബേസിക് ബുക്കാണ് ബേസിക് മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് യൂസ്ഡ് ഇൻ ഇത് നമുക്ക് നോട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടാക്കണം ഫിസിക്സ് വെക്ടേഴ്സ് യൂണിറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഡയമെൻഷൻസ് അവൈലബിൾ. So, Mr. Ame, calculation right? What is the square of 25? You're going wrong. 5 square.
Here's 25.
5 square is? How to find 15 square? Always write 25.
Okay.
What is the next number after 1?
2.
2. 1 into 2. 25 square.
5 square to 2. 325.
2 into 3.
2 into 3.
कौन है साथ में? उसको लेके ना सचिन को सबको दूसरा तरफ भेजते.
3 into 4.
हाँ.
Oh.
Understood?
Yeah.
Tell me. Next.
4 into 5 is 20.
Next.
25. 5 into 6 is 30. Yes. 25. 6 into 7 is 42.
So now what is the mistake here? 25 square. How much should be?
625.
Then separate. सचिन को लेके आओ ना. सीखेंगे. हाँ. सबको दूसरी तरफ भेजेंगे. सब किधर किधर है जो? साढ़े 7 हो गया. वो मालूम है लेकिन ऐसे लोग को लेके तो नहीं करता.
तो मतलब रोज नए बनाने और जो बाकी के लोग आते हैं उनके भी रोज के होते हैं.
सचिन याच्या बरोबर जायचंय. मार्केटिंगला जायचंय. Right?
Yeah, 23.
No. 23, 24.
24.
Okay. Right. Right?
Yeah. 10. Is equal to 7 right.
Cos theta.
Is equal to is 25 by
24 by 25. Tan theta.
Okay. 7 by 25 by
27 by 24. See, tan theta and tan theta. Tan theta is always sine upon cos. Sine upon.
cos.
So this is sine and this is cos. So this 25 cancels. So answer is sine upon 25. Understood?
Okay.
What will be cot?
What is
Reciprocal. 24 upon 7. Ulta. Cot is 1 upon 10, no? What about sec?
Sec is cos.
Ulta of
1
cos.
upon
25 by 24. What will be cosec theta?
sec is 25 by 7. 1
Understood?
upon sine.
നല്ല പഠിപ്പിച്ചാൽ മതി അവനക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കണമായിരിക്കും പഠിപ്പിച്ചാൽ മതി ഫാസ്റ്റ് പോകേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല ഓൺലൈൻ ഉണ്ടോ ഓൺലൈൻ പഠിക്കണം പഠിക്കുന്നത് മാത്രം പിന്നെ ആ ബുക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെ വെക്കണ്ടോ അത് നിങ്ങളുടെ കയ്യിൽ തന്നെ വേണം വെക്ടറിന്റെ ബേസിക്സ് അല്ലേ ആ വെക്ടർ കെമിസ്ട്രി ടീച്ചർ തന്നത് ബേട്ടോ സത്യനാരായണ ബേട്ടോ ആ ബുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞ ലൈബ്രറി You will teach the vectors, okay?
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm doing?
Yes, sir. ऑनलाइन में कितना स्टूडेंट्स है
होगा उसमें यहाँ पे आवाज आता रहता है बताऊँ क्या
बताओ
बिस्मिल्लाह कीजिए पहले बिस्मिल्लाह कीजिए इसको थोड़ा बड़ा कीजिए वहां देखना है कटे नहीं यहाँ देखना है कटे नहीं यहाँ यहाँ कटे नहीं बस लिखिए इसको बढ़ाते जाइए लिखिए बढ़ाते जाइए यहाँ जो रेड से लिखना है ब्लू से लिखना है ब्लैक से लिखना है यहाँ पे है सामने अभी सही जा रहा है ब्लैक से लिखिए बनाइए ज्यादा ऊपर नहीं है ना पेज भी कम पड़ जाता है वो ऐसा कर रहे हैं देखिए इसको बढ़ाते जाइए
ओके हाँ
बढ़ाते जाइए लिखिए
तो वेक्टर्स कितना कंप्लीट नोटिफिकेशन
सारे फोटो चिंता नहीं कीजिए
कोई नहीं है
है कौन वाचिंग
सो वेक्टर्स का बेसिक्स आई विल टेल यू तो वेक्टर्स वेक्टर मींस एक क्वांटिटी को क्या है मैग्नीट्यूड भी है डायरेक्शन भी है
इंग्लिश इंग्लिश हिंदी नहीं
हिंदी में सो एक physical quantity which have both magnitude and direction. Scalar means a physical quantity which only have magnitude, no direction. For example, if you are purchasing some sugar, so 2 kilogram, 3 kilogram, we will say. We will not say any direction for that. But when a wind is flowing, we have to say how much speed it is going. That is its magnitude. Direction means it may be from north to west or east to west. So that is the difference between a scalar quantity and vector quantity. For example, here we are starting from this point A. Now we are moving to this point B. So this A is known as initial position. This B is known as final or terminal position. Terminal position. So vector can be represented as A, B. A, B. A, B matlab from A we have started and terminal point B. So vector means A, B. Suppose now I am standing on a point A. After some time, I am standing on the same point. So what is my initial point? A. What is my final point? A. So what is my vector? A, A. That is my vector. So what is the length of A, A? 0. Therefore, it is known as 0 vector. 0 vector. For the magnitude whose a vector whose magnitude is equal to 0. That is known as 0 vector. So, for example, here, this is initial point, this is final point, this is my vector AB. We can represent like this also. AB is a vector, or simply by using small letter, you can represent. That is also representation of this vector. Vector means you have to use small letter above one bar should be there. Now you can see one vector is like this. I am denoting it as A. Another vector B, I am denoting it as B. If you check the direction of A and B, both are on the same direction. Then name is known as parallel vectors. Parallel vectors. Similarly, this is one vector A. Now I am going to draw another vector B such that magnitude is represented like this. Vector A modulus symbol. It is known as magnitude of A. Magnitude of A. Similarly, magnitude of B means matlab, this is magnitude of B. So here you have two vectors A and B, both are on the same direction, but the length is also same. Magnitude of vector matlab the length of this segment. That is the magnitude of a vector. Here the direction of A and B same and the length of A, B same. Then you can say that this is parallel vector. At the same time, they are equal also. They are equal also. Hence the name equal vectors. Now, one vector is like this. This is A. Another vector parallel to the first one with the name B, but direction opposite. Therefore, the name anti-parallel. Anti-parallel vectors. You have two vectors. They are opposite in direction. Opposite in direction. Anti-parallel. Another case. You have a vector A. Another vector B. Here magnitude of A equal to magnitude of B. Matlab, meaning, what is the meaning? The length of A is equal to length of B, but direction opposite. This is anti-parallel. At the same time, it is B is known as negative of vector A. So we can represent B equal to minus A. In vector, it's simply you can represent a symbol bar, or like this also you can represent. That bar differentiate between a scalar quantity and a vector quantity. So magnitude same, but direction opposite. Hence the name negative vector. Negative vector. Now you can see this is one point. I am going to start from here and I am reaching here B. This vector is represented as A, for example. Same thing, I am going to start from A and going to C. This vector is represented as vector B, or you can say vector AB and vector AC. Vector AB, vector AC, or simply A and B. You can see here for both the vector, initial point is same. Therefore, the name of these two vector co-initial vector. Since they are starting, both are starting from the same point and going in a different direction. Therefore, the name co-initial vectors. Now, I have a vector. I am starting from here, reaching a point B. Similarly, another vector starting from C and reaching B. So this AB can be represented as A and CB can be represented as B. Now you can see that the vector both are starting from a different, separate, entirely different point, but reaching into a common point, meaning they both have common terminal point. Therefore, the name co-terminal vector. Co-terminal vectors. Now you can see one vector is like this, that is represented as A. Another vector for the first vector length is this much only. This is my A vector. For the second vector, the length is this much. You can have equal length or not, but you can see that one vector is above the other. You can call it as collinear vector. Collinear vector. Then, so what is the angle between two collinear vector? 0 degree, because A is also in the same direction, B is also in the same direction. The angle is equal to 0 degree. Angle between two vectors, 0 degree. Then, for a anti-parallel vector, what will be the angle between two vectors? Anti-parallel. One is like this, another is like this. What is the angle between two vectors? One vector is going like this, another vector is going like this. Angle 180 degree. Parallel vector. One vector is like this, another vector is also like this. What is the angle between two vectors? Theta will be equal to 0 degree. Parallel means 0 degree. Anti-parallel means 180 degree. Then coplanar vectors. Similarly, collinear vector, if one vector or above the first vector. Now it is coplanar vector. Coplanar vector. For example, this is a 3D. This is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. I am keeping a pencil here. That pencil represents a vector. That pencil represents a vector that is lying on this xy plane. So now this vector is lying on a plane. Similarly, another vector. This vector is A and this vector is B. So if you consider two vector they are always coplanar. If you are considering any two vector A and B, any two vector, not three vector, any two vectors are always on the same plane. So if if two vectors are on the same plane, you can call it as coplanar. If two vectors are on the same line, you will call it as collinear. If two vectors are on the same plane, you will call it as coplanar vectors. Now you can see one vector is going like this. Another vector is going like this. They are meeting through a common point. Hence the name concurrent vectors. If two vectors are passing through a common point, then you can call it as both are concurrent. In normal case, when you are discussing about the lines, you can say the lines are intersecting each other. Lines are intersecting each other. Similarly, in vector language, we will call it as two vectors are concurrent, passing through the same point, same intersection point. Then what is unit vector? Unit vector. Unit vector.
आया नहीं बराबर टाइम पे और बाजू में बैठे सर के എട്ടേക്കാലിന് മറ്റേ കെമിസ്ട്രി മാം വരും അപ്പൊ വന്നാൽ മതി പഠിപ്പിക്കൂലേ
Unit vector. What is unit vector? You have a vector whose magnitude is equal to 1. The length of that vector is equal to 1. You can call it as unit vector. This is my vector. If the magnitude of this vector is equal to 1, you can call it as unit vector. If a vector is unit vector, we will not give that bar symbol. Instead of that, we will give a special status. We will give a cap. We will give a cap. When you see a vector with the cap, that is not a normal vector, it is a unit vector with a magnitude equal to 1. So cap indicates the symbol of unit vector. Then how can you obtain a unit vector? Actually, the formula is like this. If you are given with a vector A, magnitude is not equal to 1. So this is not a unit vector. Yes. For example, its magnitude of A is equal to 6. Matlab, meaning, what is the meaning? Length of this vector is 6. If you want to convert into unit vector, what do you have to do? Now you have the vector, length of the vector is equal to 6. Now you want to convert that 6 into 1. What do you have to do? We have to divide by 6. We have to divide by 6. If you are dividing by 6, the length will be reduced to 1. Length will be reduced to 1. So, if you want to get a unit vector along the direction of this vector, what you have to do? Divide this vector by its magnitude. You will get a small vector with magnitude unity. So A cap is actually the unit vector. When you are observing the direction of vector A and vector A cap, both are on the same direction. Both are on the same direction. But length of A is big and A cap is only 1. Understood? Yes. Now, another case. If you have a vector A vector A, its magnitude is not equal to 1, but magnitude is equal to 1 by 2. Equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 matlab, what is meaning? 0.5. So if you want to convert, it should be double. Should be doubled matlab with 2 times. So here what you have to do, you have to, whatever be the case, you have to divide by its magnitude. Magnitude of vector A is divided by its magnitude. So vector A divided by magnitude is actually, what is magnitude? 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is coming under denominator. It will become 2 by 1. So you are getting 2 times vector A. So what is the magnitude of 2A? It will be 1. So if you have a vector with magnitude 0.5, then if you are finding out the unit vector, you will get a bigger one. So this is your vector A cap, and this is your vector A. Vector magnitude can be always great. It cannot be, we cannot say that it is always greater than 1. It can be less than 1. It can be greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, you have to reduce the length. If it is less than 1, you have to increase the length. Understood? Yes. So anyway, this is the important formula. Unit vector is equal to the vector divided by its magnitude. If a vector is divided by its magnitude, you will get your unit vector along the same direction. There is no change in the direction of vector A and vector A cap. Both are on the same direction only, but A cap will have only one unit magnitude. Understood? Yes, sir. Okay. You can see here X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. X normally along the XYZ, that is known as Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system, where a coordinate is represented by X, Y, Z. So along X direction, you are able to represent a unit vector. What is one into the unit vector? 1. So if you represent the unit vector along the X direction, we are giving a special name. What is the name? I cap. What is the name? I cap. So you can represent a vector I cap along X. Similarly, along Y direction, you are able to represent a unit vector along Y direction. What is the name? J cap. J cap. Similarly, along Z direction, you are able to represent a unit vector. What is the name? K cap. So what is the angle between X, Y, Z? What is the angle between X and Y? 90 degree. What is the angle between X and Z? 90 degree. What is the angle between Y and Z? 90 degree. So what is the angle between I and J? 90. I and K? 90. J and K? 90. Okay. So I, J, K represents 3 unit vector, and 3 of them are perpendicular to each other. I is perpendicular to J, J is perpendicular to K, K is perpendicular to I, because they are on the 3 different directions, X, Y, Z. Understood? So that IJK, the name of IJK is known as base vectors. What is the name? Base vectors. Through X, Y, Z coordinate, we are representing corresponding unit vectors I, J, K, and the name of IJK is known as base vectors. And 3 IJK always perpendicular to each other. They are mutually perpendicular. I is perpendicular to J, J is perpendicular to K, and K is perpendicular to I also. For example, I will tell you one point. This is X, this is Y, this is Z. I am going to represent, this is a three-dimensional diagram. I am going to represent a point anywhere. I don't know. That is my point. If it is X, if this is A, B, C, or you can say coordinate, for example. Okay. This is sorry. Okay. You can see one point. For example, 2, 3, 4. What is the meaning? 2, 3, 4. X coordinate is 2, Y coordinate is 3, and Z coordinate is 4. This is point P. The distance of that point along the x-axis, distance of that point along y-axis. X-axis matlab this distance will be 2. Similarly, if you want to the point which is 1 minute, I will draw more clear way. I am going to represent a point here. This point can be represented like this. So now you are getting a three-dimensional view of this point. 2, 3, 4. So this is actually point in that free space. So this distance is 3 because along y-axis 3 unit from my point is 3 units along the y direction, and my point is at a distance of 2 units from x direction. Similarly, this matlab this will be 4. My point is 4 units from the origin along Z. So this is the meaning of 2, 3, 4. When you are representing 2, 3, 4, x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinates represented there. So this is the distance of that point from the origin. So this is my point P. So here you can represent OP. OP is known as position vector. If you are representing a point with respect to origin, what is the name? Position vector. Position vector always with respect to origin. Origin, what is the point of origin? 0, 0, 0. That is origin, 0, 0, 0. So when you are representing a vector with respect to the origin, then we can call it as OP as position vector. So if 2, 3, 4 is given, so you can represent 2i plus 3j plus 4k. Understood? 2i plus 3j plus 4k. So what is the x component? 2. What is the y component? 3. What is z component? So I have a vector OP. The component of vector along x direction is 2, y direction is 3, and z direction is 4. Understood? So if you want to calculate the magnitude of this one, what you have to do? For example, if you have a vector A represented as xi plus yj plus zk. So magnitude matlab the length of A is represented as root of x component square, y component square, z component square. Similarly, what is the magnitude of OP here? Root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. क्या आएगा? What is it? 4 plus 9 plus 16. You will get 16 plus 4, 20 plus 9, 20 root 29. That is the magnitude of OP. Understood? So there is a position vector. Similarly, in 3D, they will give you 2 points. Here you got 2 points. One is origin. Another one is a general point, 2, 3, 4. Now you are getting a 2 point A and B. A matlab 2, 3, 4. B matlab 4, 6, 7. So you have to calculate vector AB. Vector AB. So 2, 3, 4 matlab, what is the meaning of 2, 3, 4? Position vector of A with respect to origin. B 4, 6, 7 means position vector of B with respect to origin. So you have OA. OA, what is OA? 2I, 3J plus 4K. What is B? OB? 4I, 6J plus 7K. Then you have to develop a vector AB. You have to develop a vector AB. From where you are starting? You are now here. After some time, you are standing here. So my initial point is A and my final point is B. So you have, when you are calculating vector AB, final point minus initial point you have to consider. Vector AB matlab final कौन है? B. Vector OB minus OA. OB minus OA. Final minus initial. What is OB? 4 है ना? 4. So when you add or subtract, you should add I component together. You cannot add I and J together. I and I, J and J, K and K. So for OB means 4I. 4I. 4I minus 2I. 2I. 6J minus 3J. 3J. 7 minus 4. 7K minus 4K. 3K. So this is vector AB. That means starting from A, ending at B. So that is AB. So when you are calculating AB, OB minus OA you have to take. OB minus OA you have to take. So what is the magnitude of AB? What is the magnitude of AB? Root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 3 square. Answer will be 4 plus 9 plus 9. 9 plus 9, 18 plus 4, 24. Root 24. Root 24. If you are 22. 22. 22. 9 plus 9, 18 plus 4, 22. So you cannot factor this one. 2 into 11. Both are prime numbers. So root 22 is the magnitude of this vector. Understood? Yes, sir. What is free vector? In mathematics, you have to use a concept free vector. When you are studying maths, free vector you have to consider. Because if you are allowed to take a vector to any point in space, you are allowed to take a vector. For example, what is the length of this pen? This much. And direction is like this, and length is this much. If without changing the direction and changing the length of the vector, if you are able to take that vector into any point in the space, then this vector is known as free vector. Understood? If you are 8:15. 8:15. 8:15. I have to stay. 8:15 के बाद chemistry madam आएगा. So this is a vector. Length is this much. Without changing the direction, you can take to anywhere in this space. But length should not be cut. Length should as such. You should not change the direction also. You should not change the direction. Name is, what is the name? Free vector. Now another vector. Here this is the initial point. This is the terminal point. You are going to fix by using a nail. You are not allowed to take. Hence the name localized vector. You are not permitted to take this vector to your wish. If this is fixed here, you have to keep the vector here only. Name localized vector. In mathematics, we will always deal with free vector only. Understood? मैडम कंटिन्यू.
मैंने उसको बेसिक्स को लेना है, उसका मैं लूंगी.
नहीं आया.
पेपर तो कराएंगे.
Madam, I have to. Anisa told me that by 8:15 I have to stay here. After that, chemistry madam will take. I have a lecture there.
No, they send me here to take his lecture, and for the paper solving, you have to take his. Who's the paper coming? For that. Yeah, they send me here. And it's 7 over here.
सॉल्व करना पेपर केमिस्ट्री का.
नहीं.
I better ask.
बात कर लीजिए.
Oh. You like? No, first time I'm here. ऊपर second floor पे कभी नहीं आई थी. First पे की थी.
I am also taking for the first time here. So that is the concept of free vector. Then in physics, you cannot take vector as your wish. For example, if you are traveling from A to B, your starting point A, final point B. So here initial point is fixed. Vectors which have initial point or point of application. If a vector have some initial point of application, we can call it as polar vector. Polar vector. In physics, you are learning about the current and magnetic field. Current and magnetic field. Right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. Thumb will represent direction of current, and the folding finger will represent the magnetic field. In such cases, this thumb is also direction of current. So that is a vector. That is a vector. Hence, this vector is known as axial vector. Axial vector. If a vector have an initial point, we are giving a separate name, polar vector. If vector is used to, if the vectors are used in rotational motion, in rotational effects, magnetic field, for example, then you can call it as axial vector. So these are the concept of basic idea of different vectors. What is zero vector? What is unit vector? What is equal vector? Parallel vector, anti-parallel vector, negative vector, co-initial, co-terminal. These are the different varieties of vectors. Understood? Yes. Hello. CBC का स्टूडेंट कौन है? हाँ, okay, okay. मणिपुर वाला। हाँ ओके ओके। हाँ ओके ओके। हाँ आ गया आ गया। ओके ठीक है, उनको लेके जाऊँ।